The stands at the Grand Portage Pow-Wow grounds create a ceremonial circle, almost as if to embrace the people about to enter this ring. But this stadium won't host a game or be keeping any scores. To the contrary, there will be no competition here this summer day in 1999. It will host the most honored members of tribes from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Canada. It will honor veterans of military service. The grand entry is filled with color, flags, symbols, clothing, but don't call their wares costumes. There's nothing make-believe here. The members of the grand entry are adorned in their regalia, and as veterans in service to their country, they are first into this community circle. Boys Fort tribal member Jerome Whiteman was drafted in 1968 and spent 2 years in Vietnam as a helicopter mechanic. His regalia is very personal, and each ribbon has meaning to him.
Being that I'm a combat veteran, Vietnam, these are the service colors of the Vietnam flag, South Vietnam, yellow, green, and red. That's the significance of that. Of these other colors are the 4 races of the world: the red man, the white man, the black man, and the yellow man. This is what I wear. That's the significance of that.
Whiteman's powwow clothing helps him look back with pride on his service and pride in his fellow comrades in arms. Each piece of material adds to the meaning of his tour of duty in Vietnam.
I gotta live for tomorrow. I want to see another sunrise. I want to see another sunset. Not only that, but I had a baby daughter at home here. I want to see her walk. I want to see her run through the fields. She's dancing here today. Hits ya. It hits ya.
That pride was buried for several years, says Whiteman. From the time he took off his uniform in the United States, he and other vets put their service behind them.
But I'll tell you one thing. I like myself a whole lot. I know who I am, and I enjoy myself. And I'm so grateful to everybody around me. I'm grateful that I'll be able to get up every morning and walk and think and do what I want. My health, my children's health. Because there are so many of my classmates and people my age that have gone on ahead of me. I'm grateful every day. Every day is Thanksgiving. Every day is Christmas.
But the bitterness of the war, the politics of Vietnam, are not part of this powwow. This ceremony begins by honoring vets, Indian and non-Indian. Whiteman says the military experience blurs those racial lines.
Back at that time in that life, I was a soldier. Basically a robot, a piece of meat. And I was trained to follow orders, which I did. So I never really thought of that. When something happened, when we'd get incoming rounds, we'd react. Fear? Yes, but we reacted nonetheless. The fear came later, and the anger, and the disgust of human life. How needless, I thought at the time, how needless that they were wasting lives. It doesn't matter which side of the issue you were on. Lives were being wasted for what? A piece of land that belongs to all of us.
Vets from all eras join in. Barney Drillard was in the Merchant Marines in World War II. Growing up during the Great Depression, he sometimes felt like he didn't quite fit in. But he served his country anyway.
Sometimes these ceremonies here, I don't even understand a lot of them. My dad and mother spoke Chippewa, and then I went to the government school and they said, hey, you don't speak to us. So what words I knew, gone. Don't do that. You're going to be simulated. When I was in the government school, I was a breed. When I went back to the white school in Duluth, Minnesota, I was a half-breed. But now I see this here, and it makes me wonder about my roots.
Drillard feels the closeness of the vets' camaraderie at these ceremonies. It's also a spiritual event for Vietnam vet David Ogama. He's an ordained minister who's come to Grand Portage to dance with his fellow vets.
Seeing all my brothers now, the survivors of the veterans that went through the First World War, Second World War, Korea, Vietnam, and also Desert Storm, it makes me proud to see them out there, being honored, being recognized Like, we don't get that sort of recognition outside the Native community.
This is respect for the soldier, says Army veteran Robin Mose of the St. Croix Band. He hopes this tradition, the regalia, the dance, will be carried on as younger people learn the reasons for this powwow. These lessons include the sometimes high price veterans have paid for protecting the way of life they enjoy.
We are what you probably call modern-day warriors. You know, we stand up for people's rights and our country and our land, and that's the way we are. You know, sure, it is a lesson for our children. And someday they'll be our warriors. Someday they'll be the leaders and stuff that we need to have, that we have now in our country.
Native American or not, Mose says that doesn't matter to this day in Grand Portage. Today, they all have the common thread of service to country and respect for the soldier.
I would hope that they feel that same respect, or that they remembered that they fought alongside with our warriors just as much as they fought with theirs. You know, I think it's time, or for a lot of people, I think many years, it's always been that feeling that, you know, we need to come together. You know, none of this, you know, animosity between each culture. We live in a culture together in this society for a very long time. You know, and we fought with each other, against each other. You know, and now we stand together.